this is my cat. If you hear any meowing, crunching, or any background noise that you wouldn't expect, it's because of him. So yeah, basically I kind of want this to be like a tips video, kind of, especially. Okay, wait, first let me start. Hi, I'm Cecilia. Ceci, whatever you want to call me. If you go back on my Instagram's at isnosomnia. I'll put it right there. I have dyed my hair every single color: blue, purple, red, orange, yellow, green. I've been platinum blonde, I've had reddish hair, and I've had brown hair. And now I had really short hair, and I've grown my hair out. So basically, I know a lot of stylists and hair chemists will say once you like dye your hair, technically your hair can never be virgin again, which I kind of understand. But this hair, I've grown it out for I think 3 years, and so it's very long. It's out, and you can kind of see like I kind of want to do an ombre balayage or whatever. Yeah, it's very long. I have my curls back, kind of, as you can see, like it's not curly right here, so it's not like a true curl, but it's like wavy, and it's very thick. So basically, here are gonna be some of my tips and tricks for your first time bleaching your hair, and then toning and then dyeing while I toned my hair. So first, let's just talk about hair porosity and your color level. So this would be like a 10 meaning this is the darkest, this is naturally dark. And as you can see, when you bleach your hair, this actually has a lot of like hidden warmth. So as you can see, this is very brassy, very yellow. So typically your hair, this is my second time bleaching my hair. I have bleached it twice, once last week in the previous video, and then this is the second time I've bleached it. Obviously you can see where there's more heat, where it's against my chest, it got a lot lighter, and then places where it was cooler, I didn't really want to put fur on my hair. I felt like that would have baked my hair. Also, I'm short, but I also have a lot of hair. I slept with my hair in a braid yesterday, so that's why it's kind of like straight and then wavy, as you can see. It didn't mess up my curl pattern too much, but I slept with the hair mask in, and then again I'm going to tone it after I shower. That I had to get everything out. I'm going to do another hair mask. As you can kind of see, the toner that I'm using is almost blue, to get all the brassiness out. So if it's your first time bleaching your hair, and you either have hair like mine or lighter, and you can tell you have very thick hair, you want to go in with a toner. Don't buy any bleach packets, don't buy any bleaching kits unless you know, you're just doing it on a whim. You know, your hair's already like kind of like this color, you know. Usually a lot of hairstylists and hair chemists will say Sally's is kind of like the bottom tier for everything, which I kind of agree with, because you typically, I know that salons, stylists and stuff like that, they get that all shipped directly from like Olaplex and all of those like hair dye places. They get all of that shipped to them, and they work directly with the manufacturer. Sally's is kind of like the poor man's salon, basically, essentially. So salons, what am I saying? Stylists and like people who do hair, they hate Sally's. This is like, you know, box dye, all that stuff too. Also, especially if you want to like just go like a natural color, like a blonde or like a brown or even a red, mix your color. Get a developer and do like it's like a tube of dye, you know, mix it yourself, because box dye is every stylist's worst nightmare. And if you're thinking about going platinum blonde from like this, but from a box dye, it's not gonna happen. It's just not in the cards for you, I'm sorry. But yeah, you want to just go ahead and get it. The higher I guess the level of the developer goes with the thicker your hair. So if your hair is more coily and thin, you want to go with a 10 to 20. If your hair is, I'm gonna go ahead and say medium to thick, meaning that it's not super thin. You know, I brush my hair and a bunch of hair comes out, but as you can see, I still have plenty of hair. You want to go with, I want to say, if your hair is thinner than mine, you know, you can see like it's very thick. You can almost like floss your teeth with it. I'm gonna say go ahead and go with the 40. Unless you have your cosmetology license, you can't really go in with a 50. Ideally, if your hair is thicker like mine, or if your hair is as thick as mine or thicker than this, you can go in with a 40 or a 50. Although you can't get a 50 level unless you are either a stylist yourself or you have your cosmetology permit or license. This is the best bleach that I've ever used. I've used this one. I've bleached my hair with this 4 or 5 times. It works really, really well. I really like it. But yeah, 10 to 20, 30 or 40 if for thin hair, and then medium to thick, go ahead and go with a 30 or 40. Section your hair. Yeah, go section, detangle your hair, especially if it's like very thick and wavy or curly like mine. And section it out. If you are only going to do like, I highly recommend, and now like I've had my cosmetology permit and I've done my own hair for like 10 or 20 years. Not 10 or 20 years. I've done my own hair for like 5 or 6 years. I've cut my own hair, I've dyed my hair, so I know from personal experience. I'm not a professional. This is just, I should have prefaced that before, but yeah, I'm not a professional. I just dropped like all of my dye. But yeah, you can see like this is like almost blue. I'm just gonna put it in there. You want for, oh yeah, here's another tip. You want basically, this is expensive too. Oh, I'm upset. What was I even saying? I don't recommend doing your whole hair. I recommend doing it in sections because the closer you are to your scalp, the warmer it is, which means, again, you'll have, which I see in a lot of hair dyeing videos, is that you end up with platinum roots and then brassy ends. So whatever has the less teeth, so like if you are doing your roots, you want to start from the back of your head going up. I would say do the bottom half of your hair first because all of this up here is going to be a lot hotter. Break it up into 2 days. Only bleach the bottom half of your hair 1 week, and then the next week go ahead and do the rest of your hair. I'm probably going to use all this bottle for toning. So if your hair is shorter and thicker, I would totally recommend putting foils in your hair. But if your hair is a lot thinner, I don't recommend putting in foils because actually you're going to be like frying your hair, and you want to keep in as much moisture as you can. Stylists, hair chemists, and then people who do their hair as well highly recommend not washing your hair and like trying to leave your hair as dirty as possible in order to protect your hair, because again, it's going to be eating at the oils and the dirt and all of the nasty stuff that's in your hair first before like going to your actual hair follicle and like the inside of it and stuff. I'm kind of going at this haphazardly only because I don't really care for toning. I know it's really, really important because one, it's going to get the brightness out, but again, toning is important. One, it's going to cool down the warmth of your hair, especially, I haven't seen a lot of people, again, talking about undertones and stuff, typically level 10 and like really dark hair like mine has a lot of warmth underneath it, so it'll pick up like red and yellow and stuff. But if you have very cool hair, like it's almost like a blue black kind of, like it's even like cooler than this, it's gonna show up kind of green. So with that, you would kind of want of a more red toner. And here's the mistake that a lot of people make. Toner is not dye. Toner is just fixing the like, it's kind of a corrector. So you know how like when you're doing makeup, when you have like a red spot, you want to go in with green to take that away? That's essentially what we're doing with the like blue based purple toners. Your hair is very brassy, it's very yellow, so we're gonna go in with a purple and violet. It's almost like if you had a bruise and you had, or like a hickey and you wanted to cover it up, you would go in with a yellow corrector. So we're doing the opposite here. I also watched Sydney Levin's video where she tried to correct the purple in her hair with yellow, and that's kind of like the big mistake that she made, is that dye is not a toner. The only thing that's gonna tone your hair or like kind of fix the color is a toner. So this is my first time using this one, but I looked at the color before I bought it and it was very, very blue, and so I really like the color of it. It smells really nice. This one has no parabens or sulfates, which is pretty good for coily hair. This means like it's gonna leave less like nasty stuff in your hair. It's not gonna like leave anything sticking in there. You're probably wondering like, why are you like taking so long? It's because I didn't section my hair because I'm lazy. Don't be like me. Do as I say, not as I do. Section your hair. I'm trying to think of anything else temperature. Yeah, toning is important. It's, oh yeah, so invest in a toner. Purple Kool-Aid, purple shampoo, purple conditioning, any of that stuff is only gonna maintain the coolness of your hair. It's not going to dye your hair. So unless you use a purple dye, your hair will not turn purple. It's just going to get rid of the brassiness that's in your hair. Yeah, so no purple shampoo, no purple conditioner. That's just, I don't really know what purple Kool-Aid does. I've never tried that. You can dye your hair, but I think with like natural colorants. So like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of something. I know like some people dye their hair with like coffee grounds and stuff. I'm not 100% sure if that works. Yeah. As you can see, this is like super blue. Again, this is not going to dye my hair. This is just going to correct all the brassiness because my hair is so dark. I'm trying to think of like any other like tips I can give you. If you make a humongous mistake and you really can't afford to go to a hairstylist, or like buy your dye or whatever, you can always cut your hair. You can always, oh yeah, so with bleaching and dyeing, go within as, so for bleach, you know how like they say like you can't, whenever you add more you can't really take away, so start with a little bit. So I definitely recommend doing test strands and stuff. Don't destroy your hair just because you think it's cool. And also dyeing your hair or bleaching your hair is not considered a mental breakdown. I saw a couple of hair dyeing videos and a couple of like TikToks or whatever, of like people just like bleaching their hair. It was like, it's been like a fad for like this year of just like popular YouTubers just bleaching their hair. And I'm doing the opposite. I'm like going darker. I mean, I'm not going darker, but a lot of the people that I know in real life are going darker. Yeah, that's not a mental breakdown. People who have actual mental breakdowns and stuff. Not to say that's not like a characteristic of it, especially if you have like dissociative identity disorder, and maybe that's a symptom of having a mental breakdown. You know, like you change your entire whatchamacallit. So this just sounds kind of gross. I'm just rambling at this point. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that I'm missing that I know would be important, especially if you are a teenager or someone who wants to do it yourself. I am DIY till I DIE. The only thing I do go to professionals are for now as an adult is haircuts, because I don't have hair cutting scissors, and I feel like it's just important to just have a professional taking it. If you're someone who is too scared and you're just like, this is not for me, I don't really want to do this by myself, you know, go to a professional. Don't kill your hair because you saw a YouTuber do it. More often than not, the hairstylist, it will be a little bit more expensive, but you're also going to get more professional results. It will be toned better. It will be bleached all the way, because they have different formulas. They have stuff that works better, faster, and I believe typically it does take longer to get to the color that you want, especially if you want to go like a bright color or whatever. But just trust, they're the professional for a reason, you know. That is their job. That's their bread and butter. They can fix it for you, and no amount of saying that oh, you know, mental breakdown check, or like, oh, you know, I want to like split personality or whatever, that just goes more to, that just makes light of mental illness and stuff like that. You know, you're not being funny, you are not winning any brownie points from the boy that you like or whatever, you know, it's not funny. But I do think everybody should go blonde once. It is fun. I enjoy it. I like it. It's just fun. Also, if your hair is already damaged and you do want to go blonde, try, there's like a sunflower line in like the Mexican or like Hispanic hair care and skincare stuff, and it has a little sunflower on it, and it says like something this old or whatever. It's really pretty, actually. It's really cool. It's like it has a like sunflower oil in it, which can lighten your hair the more you are in the sun. And so I totally recommend those products. Why? Because they lighten your hair naturally, and if you are someone who works out in the sun a lot, or you just spend a lot of time in the sun, I totally recommend those because they do work, especially if you already have light hair. If you have darker hair, it might take a lot longer to get the results you want, but again, your body, your choice. Do what you want. I'm not your mother or guardian or whatever. But yeah, I am going to continue doing this, and I'll see you later. That's my dandruff. Okay, I also forgot to mention really quickly, I'm gonna link Sydney Lavin's videos below. She's a YouTuber that I really like. Unless, because I just read the back of my toner because it's like, oh, how long should I leave it in there? I'm gonna leave it in there for a long time though because my hair's brassy. Unless your hair is very damaged or very porous meaning that you kind of your hair basically absorbs anything, so it makes it super oily. Light porosity, which means everything goes through it. Like if you put coconut on your hair, it's gonna feel very heavy for the next couple of days. Unless your hair is very porous or already like platinum, purple or whatever toner you use can stain your hair. It's not a dye, but it's a stain. Because in Sydney's video, her hair is super damaged. She falls asleep with silver toner in her hair, and she ends up with silver hair. But yeah, that's only really the case that something like that would happen. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!